Before the word, there is breath. Before the line.
Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys the makeup that I pulled out for this little Lionsgate prompt. So yeah, this is going to be like all of my gold themed makeup, and I really needed to do a prompt so bad because I have so much like gold makeup, and I don't really touch it because I kind of gravitate toward more towards like cool tones. So I thought this would be like a fun excuse to get into my warmer, like fiery gold toned makeup. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about this video. And then I'm gonna film a couple more videos for you guys today. But yeah, I want to show you guys what I'm drinking today. I got a new tea and it is so freaking lovely. I'm currently like steeping it right now, but it's really hot. I have it in my Mount Rushmore mug I got from Mount Rushmore. It's like super hot right now, but it's like currently steeping. And then I'm also using my new Hello Kitty coasters that you guys have seen me haul. But yeah, so this is the tea that I'm drinking. It's from World Market. It's cherry blossom green tea. It looks like this, by HT. This is actually a really nice tea. Like, I drink a lot of Earl Grey tea, but this one is like on a whole new level. Like, I love World Market tea. Oh my god, it smells so amazing. Like, look at how pretty the little tea bags are in here, you guys. Little pretty like mesh tea bags, and it smells so good. It's like such a lovely tea. I highly recommend getting tea from World Market. I don't really have any good places to get like really nice tea around here, but yeah. And this one is cherry blossom green tea. So this is gonna be so lovely. I didn't really get a lot of sleep last night, you guys. My sleeping schedule has been messed with recently, and I haven't like adjusted yet. So I had a coffee this morning, but I really needed some more caffeine. Okay, hopefully you guys can see me okay. I hope there's not like too much of a glare on my face. And this makeup look I did on camera. I filmed this makeup look. This is another Lionsgate inspired makeup look. Okay, so let's get started with the makeup that I picked out. Okay, so going with the gold theme. Okay, I love this palette. When I pulled this palette out, it like brought me back. Like, I have so many memories attached to my makeup. But this palette, when I first started this job, I wore this palette every day, and I didn't really have access to a lot of my makeup because it was in storage because we were like in the process of like moving houses. So this is kind of the only palette that I had out. So this palette is freaking beautiful, and I love it, and I have so many memories of like doing my makeup like on my parents' like dining room table at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, that is what I think of when I see this palette. But it was like a big transition time. Like, I had gotten out of the military, we had bought a house, we sold it, and now we were like going into a bigger house. So, and I started a new job, so that also, I have those memories attached to this palette as well. So you guys could see I hit pan on a lot of shades. Like, I remember this section right here, I freaking loved. Like, I wore this every single day, probably for like 2 or 3 months straight. Like, this palette is so beautiful, and I'm really glad I'm like resurrecting this palette because I like stowed it away and I kind of forgot about it. But I love this palette. I have so many memories attached to this palette. I just remember it being like super dark and everyone being asleep, and me up there like doing my makeup, listening to like a podcast on a kitchen table at like 4 o'clock in the morning, because that's what time I had to wake up to do my makeup. So, okay. So you guys have seen me use this gold palette just recently. It's like the first palette I used for the Lionsgate little prompt that I'm doing. And this is in, I think this is in, what are you? I never can find the name for these. Where is the name? I literally found the name on this palette. Oh, it's Gilded Gold. They have it on the side here. which is not a good spot. It's like they hide the name from me. Or Gold Seeker. I don't know why I said Gilded Gold. It's the Insomnia kicking in. But this is what it looks like on the inside. It's another pretty gold palette. So this is the one I used in my first Lionsgate video. It's really, really pretty. I think I actually may have found this one from Marshall's on like a little bit of a budget. So, or for like a little bit of a discount. So this is what this one looks like. All right, you guys, let's take a tea break. I really need some tea. I think it's cooled off enough now. It's so nice. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry if the slurping bothers you. Okay. I need that tea to like resurrect my soul because I'm so tired right now. Okay. So, from Marshall's, I actually found this at Marshall's. This is Milani Gilded Gold. It looks like this. I find a lot of makeup from Marshall's, you guys, because it's normally cheaper. Although you do have to be careful when you get stuff from Marshall's, because sometimes I've seen Dollar Tree stuff at Marshall's and they're trying to sell it for like $3-4 when it was originally like $1.50. But this is what the inside of this palette looks like, you guys. I haven't hit pan on this palette. I haven't had this palette that long, but I really, really do like this palette. I've used it quite a bit. I've used these two shades on the corners. This one is an Awesome. This is a really, really pretty shade. And then I also really like Cleopatra down here. I've used those two shades quite often. So, and then Rose Nugget right here next to Awesome. That is another really, really pretty shade that I've used a lot from this palette. But I have a really big makeup collection, and I'm going to show you guys it like probably in a future video, just having the time to get around to do it. Okay, and then more of like a Dollar Tree option for sort of like a orangey fiery gold look. So I pulled this one out from LA Colors. This is Night Out. It's kind of it's not so much gold, but it's definitely pretty orange. And it's got some fiery tones, like that like shimmery orange shade up there was kind of screaming fiery tones to me, and it's yellow. So it's just like a nice like fiery looking palette. And I also pulled out this Huda Beauty Topaz Obsession. It looks like this. This is kind of another one that kind of screamed fiery orange to me. I don't think there's a ton of gold. Like there's a couple gold shades, like gold bronze shades, like that one kind of reminds me of gold. It's a little more orange, but it definitely kind of gives me sun fire energy. That's also kind of what I'm kind of like associating stuff like cat, feline, sun, energy, coins, fire. That's the kind of energy that the Lionsgate has. And anything like cosmic. I also have some stuff that it's not really gold themed, but it's like cosmic themed. And I'm kind of associating that too. So this one definitely screams like fire to me. And I used this palette a long time ago quite often, but I haven't used it recently. Just because I've been into the cool tones, and it just kind of it's one of those palettes that kind of got put on the back burner. But this is Profusion Rubies. It looks like this. Like, I have like phases where I use palettes for a really long time, and then I'll kind of switch them out, and then they'll kind of get forgotten about. But this just screams like fire to me. So as you can see, this palette is absolutely beautiful. You have a bunch of really pretty red, orange tones. You don't really get so much gold in here, but it's definitely like giving fire energy. So I really did like this palette. I had a phase where I used this a lot, and I remember I did like an art fair, and I remember wearing this palette around that time. So that's the memories I have associated with this palette. And then this one doesn't give so much fire energy, but this one kind of gives more like cosmic energy. So, and this one I haven't had that long. So, and I haven't had a phase where I've like been really into this palette. I just pull it out every so often. I think the last time I used this palette, we saw midget wrestling or dwarf wrestling. I don't know what they like to be called, but and I used this palette for that because I needed a little bit of a more crazy wild look. But this is by ABH, and this is the Cosmos palette, so it's very fitting. So it looks like, I keep those little things in here. I need to just take these out, but I feel like it kind of keeps the palettes from like getting gross. I'll just take that out so you guys can see. But this is a really, really pretty palette. I see a lot of people say they don't like this palette because they don't really know how to make a good look out of this palette, but I have enjoyed it. I've really liked this shade up here, Quasar. I've used that shade quite often. And I like to like get a nice like warm base going and put some of this like black in the corner, and then with Quasar on top. It's so pretty. But you can go a lot of directions with this. I don't really know why people think this palette is super unwearable, but I do want to like use this palette in a future video just so people can kind of see what it can do. And then this palette, this is also not a super gold heavy palette, but it's very celestial, astrology themed palette. And this is by Cara Beauty, and this is the Planetary Divine. It looks like this. I like this palette. The only thing I don't like about Cara Beauty is a lot of the colors tend to stain, and their formula, or the formula isn't my favorite formula. So I don't have a lot of Cara Beauty palettes, but this one's not bad. This formula was a little bit, like patchy and a little bit, it has that like dry, thin texture that I don't love, but it works. I actually can get really good looks out of this. It's just not my favorite formula to work with. I like a really like buttery formula that blends really well. That's my favorite, but this isn't a bad palette. You do get some really pretty orangey pinky tones on the top and some really pretty tones on the bottom. I need to do a look with this palette. These shades in the center are absolutely beautiful. Like, this actually reminds me of a Dollar Tree eyeshadow that I just hauled. But yeah, this is a really, really pretty palette, you guys. It's not my favorite texture to work with. And these shades on the middle, they tend to stain your eyes, which is kind of annoying, which I don't love when palettes do that. I have a lot of Profusion palettes that will stain your eyes, but it's not like my favorite thing in the world, but I will put up with it, but it's annoying. Okay, and then I used this palette today. This is by Wet n Wild. This is Mummy of the Year, and I got this from like a Halloween set, I think. Maybe like a year or two ago. I haven't used this palette hardly at all. That's why I really wanted to pull this out and use it, because it has a lot of pretty like yellow gold tones, and today I used these tones here. Don't think I dipped into that one, but that's like what I have on my eyes today. But yeah, I used this one. Yeah, I wanted to pull it out and get some use out of it because I haven't touched this one. And I also have a really pretty cool tone purple one. If you guys want to find like cool like makeup tones, sometimes like the Halloween makeup section, they always bring out the bright, weirder tones. So I always kind of like peruse through there because it's kind of a good place to find like interesting looking makeup. Okay, so the next one I got is this ColourPop palette called You're Golden. I think I got this at Marshall's for like, I think like maybe $9, $10. I'm not really sure. But this one was definitely a Marshall's find. I need to take the plastic thing out. But this is what the inside looks like. It doesn't really scream gold, but you have a lot of really pretty bronzy shades. I do see like a nice gold in the center and like some like white gold looking shades. But I actually used this palette a lot, maybe like a month or two ago, but it kind of got put on the back burner and I haven't reached for it much lately. But this is definitely a good palette, and I think it's going to fit the theme very well. Okay, so next we're going to go into blushes, and I don't have a ton of like gold blushes, but I do have... Okay, I did show you guys this in my makeup video, but I have like 3 generations of Milani Luminoso, and I wore this one today when I filmed my makeup video. So I have Luminoso on the cheeks. It's probably hard to tell because I have sun blasting me in the face, but yeah, I have 3 generations of Milani Luminoso. This is the older one. This one probably needs to go in a caboodle somewhere, but this is an older Milani Luminoso, and this is like the next one that they came out with. You could see like The original Luminosa was a lot more peach, and it had a little bit of silver in it. Yeah, it looks like they put a tiny bit of silver in it, and I prefer the first Milani Luminosa. It was so beautiful, but then it gradually got more orange. This is like the second one they came out with. You can see like the little design on the front. And then this is like the newest one they have right now. You can see it's a lot more orange than this one. So it's gradually gotten orangier. But I did pull these out. I wanted to try them. I thought they were very fitting. I thought they were very fitting for this prompt, that orange, fiery energy that we're trying to go for. And then I also pulled out, this is Dulce Pink. It's not super orangey, but it does have a lot of gold in it. Like, it is kind of an orangey blush, but it has a ton of gold flecks in it, which I thought was really fitting. And then I used this one in my first Lionsgate makeup video. And this one is in Rose Dior. And this one, it's not super heavy with the theme, but it is kind of an orangey leaning blush with a lot of gold in it. So I thought that would actually be really fitting. There's a lot of gold in this one. And it just kind of screamed like fire energy to me. I don't think it's super rosy, but it's definitely leans more orange. And then I pulled out NARS Orgasm because it is kind of a orangey-ish blush, but it has a lot of gold reflex in it. I don't know if my camera's gonna pick it up, but you guys all know what NARS Orgasm looks like. It's very, like, kind of it's not super orangey pink, but it's kind of like a pinky coral with glitter, I guess is the best way I can describe this shade. But it did kind of feel like it fit the theme a little bit, so I pulled that in. And then from the Dollar Tree, I pulled in this Laura Mercier cream eyeshadow thing. I haven't used this yet, and I really wanted to try this out. And it has like a really pretty like coppery shade at the end, and then kind of like a goldy bronze in the center, and then like a shimmery black. So I don't know how well this is going to work, but I definitely want to sprinkle that in. And I don't have a ton of like orangey cream blushes that I felt like really fit the theme. Like, I had a lot of like rosy orangey blushes, and I really wanted to try to stay as close to theme as I could. But I used this one today on my cheeks. This is an Ioni blush in burgundy, but on the side of it, it says Lunar Zodiac. So I feel like that definitely was kind of fitting, and it's this pretty like red burgundy shade. So I think the Lunar Zodiac sign or saying on the side definitely kind of qualified it for a good fiery energy for this prompt. And then this one just kind of looked like it would fit the theme. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow blush stick. What is the name? Peach Bums. But it looks like this. It's kind of like an orangey gold cream blush. You could probably even sort of use this as a highlighter, but it just kind of felt like it fit the theme. So, and I haven't touched it, so this is a good excuse to use this one. And then by Melt Cosmetics, this is in Nova, and it looks like this. This one I think would be really fitting because the name, obviously Nova, it's like celestial, but it's also a really pretty like coppery gold color, and I haven't used this at all. And I should have used it today because I did kind of pull it out, but I'm definitely going to dip into this. It's so freaking beautiful, you guys. I can't believe I haven't touched that yet. And then I used this highlighter today. This is by Wet n Wild, and I think it's discontinued. I think it was in like a special collection, and it's called Front Row Glow, but it's a really pretty orangey gold highlighter. I used this today, and I actually think it's really pretty. And I guess it has stars in it, and stars also kind of make it more celestial, so I think that works. And then I couldn't forget this Maybelline highlighter. This is in Molten Gold. This is really pretty. I actually used this in my first Lionsgate makeup video. It looks like that. This is actually a really pretty highlighter. I do not touch this enough. There's like another one that's more cool toned that I lean towards, but this one is beautiful. I actually forgot how beautiful this one is. and it kind of got pushed into the back burners of my collection, so I really needed to use it. And then I have 3 more highlighters. This is in Revlon, or this is a Revlon Skin Lights highlighter. This is Daybreaker. And I'm also kind of going off the name Daybreaker because that kind of feels like sun energy. So that's kind of why I picked this one out. But it's not super, super orangey, but it definitely kind of gives like sun glowy energy. So I thought this one would work. And plus, like, it'd be nice to pull out when I don't want to have like a super orangey highlight. And this one is Golden Flower Crown by Wet n Wild. So I felt like that kind of fit the theme with the golden flower crown. So, and it's kind of like it's not so much gold, but it's kind of like a bronzy gold. And then I actually have 2 of these, so I really need to like use these up. They're both Golden Flower Crown. And then I have 2 single eyeshadows and a lipstick. This one is by ColourPop, and it is in Secret Garden. This one probably fits the theme the least, but it's such a pretty color and I haven't touched it yet. So I pretty much pulled this out because it kind of fits the theme. It's kind of like a nice rosy gold color. Maybe a little bit, it's kind of hard to tell with the lighting because I have the lighting on it, but it's such a pretty color. But I haven't touched it hardly at all, so I feel like this is a good excuse to get into this. I feel like it kind of fits the theme. So it's kind of like a rosy gold color. And then this one definitely fits the theme. This is in Comet Couture, so we get the celestial vibes. And this is by Wet n Wild. And it looks like this. This is absolutely beautiful, and I have not used this enough. I don't even think I've used this at all. But yeah, look how beautiful that is. I might have used it once, but this shade is absolutely freaking beautiful. I love this one. And then I had 1 lipstick that I feel like fits the theme. This is in Gold Goddess by Revlon. I haven't reached for this one very much, and I really need to use it. I've actually used quite a bit of it, but it's a nice like gold color. It's a gold lipstick. I do have a little bit of it mixed on my lips today. I've mixed it with a couple different lipsticks just to kind of make it a little bit more wearable because I'm wearing a pretty gold eye. But I think like a more neutral eye and this would actually look really beautiful. Okay, you guys, that is all of the gold fiery makeup that I pulled out for this little Lionsgate prompt. I probably have more I could have pulled out, but I was trying to stay as close to theme as I could. So yeah, after this prompt, if you guys have any more ideas for prompts that you want to see from me, let me know because I'm trying to come up with ones. I'm probably going to keep this going for like maybe like 3 weeks, probably the rest of this week, next week, and then maybe a week after, just so I really can like dive into like my celestial gold makeup. But if you guys have any more prompts you want me to do after that, leave it in the comment section down below and let me know. I have so much makeup, you guys. I could probably do like any kind of prompt. So thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment in the comment section down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.